This is the amendment for the Dennis project. So instead of doing road buckskin for the walls, we are going to do a mix of Fond du Lac and Dolomite. Do you see this Platteville fireplace that we have over here? I'm gonna kind of match that. So I would say, 70-ish% Fond du Lac and 30% Dolomite, something, maybe 80-20, something along those lines. Because we went from buckskin, which is a more expensive stone, to Dolomite, buckskin to a Fond du Lac Dolomite, let's just keep that price the same. We're going to do this random ashlar now, so it'll take a little more time, but the price decrease for the stone should offset it. So we are going to get rid of, well, we aren't, he is going to get rid of this tree right here, and we're just going to adjust the curve to kind of come around like this. So I'm guessing it'll come back in a little bit. We're going to keep the price the same because it's certainly not going to jut out that far. We're actually going to shave it off and come back around this way, so that way it's a nicer it's a nicer curve. He also asked that since we've got the skid in here, if we could just pluck these bushes, this stuff right here. I said that's fine. So we need to get rid of the bushes over here and the bushes over here. So we'll be able to come at it from the top side, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal to get rid of this stuff. If we have to just clip it down, then we'll just clip it down. The right side is not going to have a cap. The left side is going to have a cap. We still have two pillars right here and here. That's going to anchor the curve coming around here. Our point of entry is actually on this side, all right? And I'll come back to this in just a moment. We're also going to bid this patio right here that's in front of the fireplace. This is 13 feet out and 18 feet wide, but it has a little bit of a curve to it. So it kind of comes out like this. So it's 13 at its furthest point. So let's say it's 12 at its narrowest. It's just a small little curve. And then kind of going back in over here. We've got some trees and roots that we'll have to deal with, but just bear in mind that we just have to deal with that. So our point of entryway is actually here. Hang on, before I go, let me just double check. Hang on. So this is, I said 13 by 18. We're also doing a sitting wall right here. So we're not going to curve this. As I think about it, we're not going to curve it because I don't want to do a curved sitting wall. We're just going to bring this out to 18 feet by 13 feet. It's going to have a 6 foot by 6 foot sitting wall. If we could do a SketchUp of this area, just so that way he can see what it looks like, that'd be good. The sitting wall, let's see. The sitting wall will be on the inside of the footprint. Let's do that it's inside the footprint, and we're going to put a bump up pillar on it. So whatever the height that we bid for the pillars down below, if those are 3 feet tall, we need to make the pillar a similar height. So if the sitting wall is 18, it needs to be another 18 inches above it, just so that way it looks a similar height to for the pillars. So whatever the height of those pillars down there that we bid, we'll make the pillar over here a similar total height. All right, so it's a 6 by 6 sitting wall, 13 by 18 patio, bluestone, pattern bluestone. This is our point of entryway over here. All right, it's a little bit long, but one thing I didn't notice last time I was here is that his driveway is actually pavers, and we don't want to drive on his paver driveway and have to reset everything with skids. So our point of entry is actually over here. We'll be driving along this. He knows that we're going to drive on it. We have to put dirt back down. But do you see where this tree is right here? We can actually drive straight down along here. So we will have the dumpster backed in right over here, and the dump truck can back in right over here, and all that good stuff. So this will kind of be our staging area for this. So we'll come in this way and then drive up and around. It's a little bit of a haul, but it is what it is. Yeah, and I can see what he's talking about with wanting to get it done here in the fall, because as I'm walking here, I don't know if you can hear, it's sloppy, absolutely sloppy. All right, so We've got the sitting wall and the patio over here. We've got the Fond du Lac and Dolomite, no caps, yes caps, pillars, tree gone. Finally, over here, we've got a step that he wants veneered. Good shape. It's 4 feet wide. The landing is 3 feet deep. The treads are 7.5 inches tall. Both sides need to be veneered and the fronts. So we'll bid to veneer that. We won't bring a skid around here because obviously we don't need it, but we'll have to adjust a few of these stones right in front here, boost them up a little bit to get a better height on the step. Otherwise it'll be way too big of a step down. Fond du Lac with Dolomite for the risers and bluestone treads.